We are looking at a biological system in rapid decline. A crow is wandering through a barren landscape, its internal hydration dropping to a critical threshold where organs begin to fail. It discovers a potential lifeline, an abandoned clay pitcher containing a small, stagnant pool of water. However, the find introduces a mechanical problem. The liquid is trapped at the very base of the vessel, resting several inches beyond the bird's reach. This diagram illustrates the physical mismatch. The anatomical limit of the crow's neck is measured against the specific depth of the pitcher. The narrow neck and deep basin create a geometry that makes direct access impossible. The crow is now facing the stress of a visible survival resource that remains entirely inaccessible, despite being inches away. Survival in this scenario requires a solution to a distinct paradox. The vessel preserving the water is the same object acting as an impenetrable wall. The first problem-solving attempt relies on Hypothesis 1, brute force. The crow begins striking the exterior of the pitcher, attempting to shatter the clay and breach the container from the side. The attempt fails. The structural integrity of fired clay far exceeds the striking force a dehydrated bird can generate. The bird pivots to a different mechanical approach. Hypothesis 2, leverage. It throws its body weight against the pitcher, trying to overturn the object and spill the contents onto the ground. This vector breakdown shows why the pitcher remains upright. The wide, heavy base creates a low center of gravity that resists the lateral force the crow applies. The bird lacks the mass necessary to overcome this stability. These bursts of extreme physical exertion are costly. Each failed attempt drains the bird's remaining moisture, shortening its window for survival. Relying on raw strength in a mismatched environment is a counterproductive strategy that accelerates the threat of dehydration. The crow stops its physical attacks and pauses to observe the immediate surroundings. Scattered in the dirt are small, loose pebbles, objects that provide the raw material for a pivot in strategy. The bird shifts its focus from attacking the exterior shell to manipulating the internal environment of the pitcher. One by one, the crow begins dropping the pebbles into the narrow neck. This cross-section shows volume displacement. As each pebble enters the water, it occupies space, forcing an equal volume of liquid upward. Through continuous iteration, the pebbles create an artificial floor, steadily raising the water column until it reaches the top. The solution relies on lifting the water to the bird, bypassing the physical constraints of the pitcher's neck. The water reaches the rim, allowing the crow to hydrate and stabilize its physical condition. With the crisis neutralized, the bird takes flight and departs the scene. This resolution resulted from a methodical loop of testing and observation, where the bird adapted its method to the properties of its environment. The outcome demonstrates that when a primary path is blocked, a persistence of intent can reveal alternative ways to achieve the same objective. The crow bypassed the physical barrier by treating the water's height as a variable it could control through the resources at its feet.